James Monroe was President of the United States from 1817 to 1825. This period of American history is referred to as the Era of Good Feelings. Monroe's presidency is known for the passage of the Missouri Compromise, McCulloch versus Maryland, the Adamsons Treaty, and the Monroe Doctrine. The Missouri Compromise was an agreement over the admission of Missouri into the United States. Slavery was becoming a more divisive issue as the nation expanded. Slave states wanted more states to enter the Union permitting slavery, while free states wanted new states to prohibit the practice. Missouri's admission was an example of this. Missouri entered the Union as a slave state, and Maine entered as a free state under the Missouri Compromise. The Louisiana Territory was also split at the 3630 latitude. Future states located to the north of this parallel in the territory would be admitted as free. McCulloch versus Maryland was an important Supreme Court case that occurred during the Monroe administration. McCulloch versus Maryland centered around the state of Maryland's ability to tax the national bank. Maryland attempted to tax the national bank because they felt it had an unfair advantage in the marketplace because it did not have to pay taxes. The Supreme Court ruled that since the national bank was chartered by the federal government and the federal government's laws were the supreme law of the land, the bank could not be taxed by the state. This decision reinforced the supremacy clause of the Constitution and the ability of Congress to pass laws that are necessary and proper for the nation to function. The Adamsons Treaty was a land agreement between the United States and Spain. The United States received Florida from Spain, and the western border between New Spain and the United States was clearly defined. This helped to protect the United States by securing its southern border. Native Americans and escaped slaves were viewed as a threat to the state of Georgia. The U.S. could now enforce laws in Florida to protect Georgia. The Monroe Doctrine was delivered during a speech made by President Monroe. The Monroe Doctrine stated that lands in the Western Hemisphere were not to be colonized by Europe. It also stated that any attempt would be viewed as a hostile act towards the United States. This helped to protect the northern border of the U.S. against Russia and its southern border from Spain and France. This doctrine has been used as justification for U.S. involvement in conflicts in the Western Hemisphere.